Well, the skull chant won't sound as loud as it has in the past this year, that's for sure. They're talking about limited fans, if fans can go at all. I mean, that's still up in the air. Um, but hey, welcome Wednesday, the 5th of August. Not much to talk about, but I wanted to do this quick podcast and talk about a few things regarding the Vikings. They are essentially in training camp, mostly working out. You know, the off-season training regimen. Uh, they're posting photos of players running and lifting weights and all that. And I have a few of them I want to go over. But season's here, but everyone's kind of like just waiting. It's like just when you think it can't get any worse, it tends to get worse. So, or it can get worse, and you have to be prepared. But so let's talk about what's going on as of right now. Rick Spielman got an extension. So, what are your thoughts on Spielman? I mean, he hasn't. We haven't won a Super Bowl under his leadership. Does that mean he's not a good GM? He does put out good competitive teams most years, but we can't seem to win the big one. And you're really measured by whether you can win the big one. And he hasn't done that yet. And they gave him another chance. I guess it's a 3-year, kind of like what they did for Zimmer. You got to believe that this is his absolute last chance. If he can't get us a Super Bowl in this next year or two or three, I can't imagine the Wolves continuing with Spielman and Zimmer if we don't get a Super Bowl. And it's not a knock on Spielman and Zimmer, but that's how the business works. You either produce or you don't. And if you don't, they got to move on. So congrats to Spielman, but the pressure is on. He's got to get it done. The other thing is I've been going to Vikings.com and I was looking through the photo gallery of the players in off-season workouts, I guess is what you call them, but it is technically training camp. But let me start with a couple of photos I took off of that. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, what is Thielen wearing? I mean, what is this? You know, he looks like he's going to a salsa dance, training session or something. I don't know what that is. Looks like something that you would see on a chick. I don't know what else to say it. It's like kind of different, but maybe he's just trying to be himself, or it's like every year, you never know what's going to happen to a player, and you don't know what's going on in his head and at home and all that. So this is kind of a weird look. So what do you think? The next one is Cousins. Is Cousins sporting a mullet? Is that a mullet? Looks like a mullet to me. And I'm not against mullets. The only thing is when I see someone with a mullet, I instantly think racism. I don't know why. I think NASCAR, you know, uh, North Carolina, mountain type people. That's what I think of mullet. So seeing Kirk in a mullet is a little strange. But if he wins us the Super Bowl, we don't care what he looks like, or whether he does have a mullet or not. So let me know. What do you think? Is that a mullet? Next guy is Irv Smith. He looks so different. A lot less blonde. Looks a tad bit older, and it's only been a year. So hopefully he's okay. But He went from the blonde to I don't know what you call that. I don't wear that, so I can't tell you what it is, but it looks different. And then we got BC Johnson. What the hell is going on here? What is that blonde? Or is that white? Is it just snow, dandruff? I don't know. It looks kind of different. So hopefully he's okay. And then, how would you like to have this job? You know, Going around zapping equipment and belts and this and that to keep the virus away. I guess there's a job to do and someone's got to do it. So he's a COVID man, I guess we'd call him. And then I saw this image and I'm thinking, what are these guys running through like weeds and there's a chance they could get ticks. Can't. I went to training camp a couple of years ago. They got plenty of places to run. I'm not sure why they have them running through weeds. That might not be too healthy, especially in the summertime. The ticks come out. This other image, running is hard enough. I don't know if I'd have a mask on, especially in August, doing some type of anything. Breathing is restricted with a mask. I don't really think you need a mask when you're outdoors. I don't see anyone near this guy, so I'm not sure why he has a mask on. I don't know who it is. I can't tell you who it is. But when I seeing this picture, reminds me of when I'm driving around and you see people come by in a car. They're by themselves. They're in their car and they have their mask on. I'm thinking, you don't really need a mask in your car. You can't give the virus to yourself, so take the mask off. So I thought those were interesting pictures. And then I want to just keep you up to speed on what's going on with the latest with Rogers and Jay, the legendary podcaster from Minnesota. I have a reliable source in Minneapolis, and I guess they saw the two of them at Starbucks on the corner of Marquette and Fifth Street. He took time away from training camp to come down and see her, and there's a little hand holding going on. So hippie girl is doing okay. Let's see how that ends up. I think she wants that $20 million home that Rogers and Danica bought together in California. They got to do something with it. Maybe Rogers will buy her out and keep it, or maybe they'll Airbnb it, or I don't know. But I think Jade might have her eye on that home, which I don't. You can't blame her. You can't blame her. So I am reaching for stories, as you can tell, because there's nothing much going on. We shall see if we have a real season. I think if the virus starts going haywire, we're going to not have a season, in my opinion. But the thing is, New York at one time was like the epic center, and people were dying left and right, and now you don't hear a peep about New York. I mean, why all of a sudden there's nothing there? So maybe they just get it under control, or a few people get it because they're just more susceptible to getting it. I don't know, and then it goes away, or it isn't as strong. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but it just seems kind of weird that all of a sudden New York is fine, and now it's Arizona, it's Florida, it's California. It's always California. Everything always happens in California. So stay good. Let's keep moving forward. Let's do our best to support our team as best we can. One quick story that BJ Hall, I think his name was, he couldn't pass a physical. You're a professional athlete and you can't run or jump. You fail a physical? I mean, how bad is that? So he's not going to help us this year. So let's depend on Jaleel Johnson. Maybe he's going to be our nose tackle. So enjoy your night. Let's skull out. Skull, skull.